What's up, everybody? Welcome to That BS Guy, your one-stop shop for everything weight loss surgery related. So, this is going to be a pretty targeted video for my fellow men folk out there. So this video is about things that you may or may not decide to utilize product-wise post-bariatric surgery to make you look and maybe feel the best, okay? So I'm gonna cover about 5 things, and maybe with one bonus thing if I think of something else as I'm going through this, to kind of show you and or talk about, because I don't have everything on hand, because once again, this isn't a list of what necessarily I use or what I have. Some I do, but other things, you know, I don't have on hand. So just want to point that out, but I will tell you how to obtain them and all that fun stuff. So what is the point and purpose of this video? So the premise is, once you have bariatric surgery, and this is not a video for the people who just got surgery, okay? These are for people who are maybe 7-8 months after the fact. They've lost a decent amount of weight. They're starting to look and feel very different, hopefully better, but different, particularly in the looks department. And they might be getting more attention, or they might, feel like, hey, I no longer look a certain way. I want to put a little bit more effort into my looks, because before I may have not really cared too much because I didn't consider myself that aesthetically pleasing. Now I want to look good either for my partner, or if I'm single, I want to look good for any type of future people. I want to present myself in the best way possible. So that's what this video is about things that that men in particular might, consider, or tools and tips of the trade, as they say, to kind of make yourself look and feel the best. So the first thing I want to talk about is hair and hair loss. Now, if you've done any research or watched any of my past videos, I do talk a little bit about protein deficiencies and how that can lead to hair loss. This is both true for men and women. So I think it's important to just realistically acknowledge that your hair will probably start to thin. If you already had thinning hair, you might actually start to get bald spots in certain cases. Some of you are lucky and don't have any issues. Some of us have to work a little harder for it. So a couple different things that I do suggest. So the first one is if you're not going to go to the hardcore and try and get the problem completely fixed, if you're starting to develop a bald spot or whatever, and I'm talking about hair graft surgery. I'm not talking about that. That's a really extreme thing. But you might consider trying to supplement your protein with some hair care products that might help you grow your hair. So for men, there's really not too many that people really advocate or usually use for it, but one of the most popular ones is a type of Rogaine or minoxidil type of foam or spray or type of thing that you put in your hair, whatever it is. Now, mind you, these kind of products are not meant for receding hairlines. They're meant for the crown part. So if you take a camera and you look up here and you see some thinning going on, and no, I'm not going to show you, but you just spread it right there, and you apply it, I think, twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. You try and do it when it's dry, so it doesn't dilute or what have you. But it has been proven to either minimize future hair loss or even start to help regrow some hair. Sometimes that's all you need, is to just kind of keep what you have rather than risk losing it. Now, the downside with using a hair care product like that, it is, you're obviously introducing new chemicals into your body, which, once again, if you're unsure how you might react to it, you might want to also consult your doctor before you do anything that involves chemicals or anything that you want to put on yourself if you think you might be possibly allergic to it. Secondly, those 3-month refill sets, I believe, are around $45 to $50. I'm sure you can find an off-brand variant of that that's maybe like $30 to $35, but if you want the brand name stuff, it's usually around $45-ish for a 3-month supply on Amazon. So that's something to take in consideration, because those are extra monetary costs that you probably didn't consider before. Speaking of hair, sometimes, you know, I've actually found over this last year, I don't know if it's just because I'm a year older or whatever it may be, but I am starting to gray a little faster than maybe I had originally planned on it. Not that I can do anything about that, but, you know, I'm not 40 yet. I think a little bit of gray is okay, but I think that I think I want to manage that. I personally, this is more of a personal preference thing, so this is not a required thing. But once again, you know, you might have the same concerns as me. If you have blonde hair, you might not be overly concerned because you can't really see your gray hairs. But when you have dark hair like me, gray hairs stick out like a beacon, particularly in the beard, particularly up here. So I do use some products to kind of help offset that. Now this is just an example, but this is a beard wash, gray reducing beard wash from Just for Men Control GX. If I notice like huge swaths of it, I do use actual Just for Men for my beard, just to kind of make sure that it all looks the same. I don't really like splotchy looking beards. Women put the effort into putting makeup on. The least I can do is have a nice shapely unified colored beard for them, right? So so that's what I do. All right, but what I will also say is that, you know, these products, though, that one in particular, any of the other ones, they're not cheap either. And you also have to take in consideration how frequently you might have to use them. Like if you're a person that only has a little bit of gray here and there, you probably might have to do your beard or your hair once a month, if that, depending on how long you let it grow. If you're starting to really go gray, then that's going to take more frequent, and then you're going to have to buy more and more products. So keep that in mind. Now, this is the part where I'm gonna get a little bit more intimate. So when we start to look better, okay, when we start to have more body confidence, right? Sometimes you might feel confident. Like for me, I can tell you, like when I would go to like the pool or something like that, I didn't really feel like taking my shirt off. You know, I'd just sit around the side of the pool, don't really take my shirt off, whatever it may be. Now I could probably, you know, I'd be okay with, you know, taking my shirt off and being seen in public a little bit here and there with it. With that being said, though, you might have other issues that you might not have noticed before that don't involve loose skin or any scarring or anything. I'm not talking about that, but you might have other issues in regard to grooming that you might want to address before, you know, doing the full reveal, as they say. So these are a couple products I personally own that I think would be a good thing to consider. If you are, you know, if you're not one of those guys that are always dolphin smooth all over 100% of the time. So the first one is, this is what I call, it's literally called the Mangroomer. This is the Ultimate Pro edition. And what I like about this is that the head is interchangeable on this. It's got a turbo setting on it. But really why I like this so much is that it helps you reach areas that you might not normally reach. This is even helpful as I was losing weight, because speak bluntly, when you have so much weight, right, your arms, you can't reach certain areas of your back and what have you. And so this was really helpful because it's got an extended arm and it even extends out even further. So I could get all the way to even with my chair, I could get all the way in, you know, to the base of my back, to underneath my shoulders, things like that, to make sure that I didn't have anything that I didn't want there. Now, if you don't care about, you know, back tufts of hair or anything like that, that's fine. That's on you, my friend. But I can tell you that from my experience, women probably don't like back hair as much as chest hair. So some might, I don't know. If you're a girl who likes back hair, put your name in the comments so those guys can talk you up or whatever. But point I'm trying to make is that if you are taking grooming to that next level, that might be something that you might want to consider as well. The other stuff are ceramic blade. This is a fresh blade, mind you. Ceramic blade razors. So why ceramic blades? Well, these razors are not meant for your face. Okay, they're meant for lower body grooming around more sensitive areas. So that's why there's a ceramic blade, because it drastically reduces the the odds of it cutting something that's not supposed to be cut, or that can be quite painful if that happens. I always suggest, if you're planning on doing something along like that, doing some manscaping, as it were, that is really, oh, I should probably talk about what this is. So this is actually from a company called Manscaped, believe it or not, who specializes in lower body grooming. I'll just say it like that. And this is their Lawnmower 2.0. I know they just came out with a 3.0 razor as well. So and it works really well. You know, I'm not paid by them or anything. I know they do sponsorships on YouTube and everything. In fact, that's how I ended up buying one. I was watching another person's video. I'm like, hey, I want to try that out. So yeah, but like I said, I'm not an affiliate with them. I'm not doing anything with them. I'm just saying, like, that's a product that I tried, and I honestly, it does work. You know, because I remember trying to use like a normal shaver razor type thing, and it definitely wasn't as gentle. So there's that. And then last, and this is more of a much more intimate thing to talk about, and I don't have a product to show you, but this is something that I've gotten some feedback on, and I do think it's worth talking about, is male performance. So, you know, the misconception is that just because you lose weight, then your performance, let's just say sexual performance, in this specific regard, will automatically be 100% better. That's not always the case, because losing weight and health are not, they're intertwined to a certain extent, but they're also not, you know, they're not 100% interlaced in every facet, right? So you can be skinny and still be out of shape, right? So be mindful of that. Now, what I'll say is that some people, you know, who are bigger, men in particular, probably had some performance issues due to their weight. And so this might have led you to maybe go down the path of, I know there's some companies like For Hims, Blue Chew, Roman, things like that, to get a prescription for male performance. So it could be something like sildenafil, which is basically Viagra, or what's the other one? Cialis, and to help make sure that you can perform the way you want to perform, and for your partner, whoever they are, at your best. And you know, that one thing you should know is that, just from the feedback I've been getting, that your performance might get better, but if you think it's going to be game changing when you lose weight, you might be sadly mistaken. You know, you might have it. You know, you individually, it's very different for everybody. But what I will say is that if that is a huge concern to you, if you want to not only look your best and perform your best still, then that might also be a road that you might want to go down, and, you know, make that investment. Once again, that's probably going to be the most expensive investment out of all of these, because these are singleton products. Well, the Rogaine's pretty expensive, honestly, but most of these are just singleton products or as needed products, whereas that would be something you hopefully would be using more often. Go you. But honestly, it really is what you want to make of it. And this channel wasn't made to be, you know, anything more in particular beyond just talking about weight loss surgery and the realities of it, and some of the realities for men, because I didn't see any of this. Like, I didn't hear a single man talk about, you know, grooming or skin or sexual performance or anything like that as I was doing my surgery. And ladies, I got another video coming out that's going to talk about more generic products, but this one is more structured for the men out there. But, you know, that's why I want to make these videos. That's why I have this channel, is to put some things out there that you might not hear otherwise. I mean, we talk about the generalities of weight loss surgery all the time, but we don't hear about really these intimate details that happen after the fact. Like, do we want to look good? Do we want to put that effort in? You know, you've just spent X amount of money, X amount of time, right, putting yourself into like a new shell, like creating a whole new person. And you want to maintain, are you going to really fall back into your old grooming habits, or are you going to step it up a notch and look good for your partner, or look good for the public, or even look good for yourself? And, you know, I'm an advocate of saying, hey, if you're putting the effort in to be healthy and look good, you know, then don't just stop at the beginning. Don't just stop with the one step. Maintain it. go big, you know? You only got one life to live. Yeah, I just went YOLO on y'all. But it's very true. And also, as you get older, you're not going to be having the same amount of opportunities. If you're watching this, if you're, you know, in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s or whatever, you know, you're not out of luck. I mean, like, these products can be just as applicable to you as someone who's in his 30s or 20s or whatever, you know? So what I'm saying is that I hope this video kind of helped you in some way, somehow, kind of get an idea of certain things, certain products, certain things that you might want to take in consideration post weight loss surgery to see if it might enhance your style or make you feel a little bit even more fresh and so clean, as they say. So once again, thank you for watching. If you have not liked and subscribed to this channel, please click down below that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified whenever there's a new video that pops up. And then lastly, if you're watching this video in preparation, or if you're still looking to maybe get a bariatric surgery, I do have a partnership through Mexico Bariatric Center. If you don't have insurance and you're looking for another way of doing your surgery that is not as prohibitively expensive as it is doing it in the United States, link is up here and down in the comments or the description below, and there you go. So thank you so much again for stopping by and watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Have a good night. Bye.